Hello everyone. It's been a really long time. Yeah, so I thought I should make a video like talking about the things I've been going through recently. It hasn't been just recently. It's been for a few months, maybe for the last 6 or 7 months. It's been quite a long time that I've been having quite a tough time. Yeah, and also I'm outside on my balcony because the lighting is so much better, and it's sunset right now, so you can see my background. That Yeah, it's looking quite beautiful outside. Anyways, in this video I want to talk about like the reality of being a foreigner, and this doesn't just apply to Korea, but I guess like anywhere you are. So like I have other foreigner friends in Korea who experience this kind of stuff, and I also have Korean friends who are in Australia or in other countries, and they experience the same thing. And I guess it's pretty natural thing to experience, and I guess most people would expect that they would experience this. But the reality of it, like when it really hits you, that's when you don't expect it to be this way. So for last I think since around December, around that time, I started feeling quite lonely. But it's not like a normal sense where like I'm just, where you don't have any friends or anything. But it's kind of different kind of loneliness that it's it's hard to explain as well. It's because like I live alone, and there's no one's in my house. I live in a single room alone, and this is also for my personal job. I work almost completely alone as well. I don't usually work with the other teachers or other people very often. So most of my days I'm just spending my time alone, and I live in a pretty kind of small city, so I don't meet people that often on weekdays. Like I'll meet people on weekends most of the time. And yeah, and it's just kind of like, even though I have friends, I feel really isolated. And even though I can speak Korean to like kind of decent level, I still don't feel like I can just go out there and comfortably just talk to people and just be around everyone in like the way that I would have in like my own country. So it was pretty hard. And also it's also the fact that I don't have my family here. Like it can make me like homesick, and that's normal. I expected that. I didn't actually have really bad homesickness as well until recently. I really missed my family and my country and food and stuff. So I called with my family like I think a week ago or something. But yeah, I still had like that really kind of, I don't even know how to describe this kind of loneliness. But it's also cause like I live here without my family and without friends that like kind of, the friends that I made in my own country, they were kind of friends that like I've had for a long time. So even if I didn't really see them or talk to them much, I kind of, yeah, it didn't really faze me that much. But over here, because I'm all alone, I really feel kind of like I really need my friends. And it's like I never felt like this before, that I really needed like other people as much as I do now. It's a really strange feeling, and I didn't even know I felt this until like it was around December. I remember it was near Christmas actually, which is really unfortunate. But I remember like I had this really close friend, and then suddenly he disappeared. Like he just stopped contacting. He wasn't even reading messages, and his phone was like always off or something. So I was actually really worried about him. And then like a month later, he finally contacted me again and said like he apologized because he was like really busy with like preparing for like a school, something related to school. And yeah, so I didn't know that. And then yeah, after he told me about it, he had to cut that conversation because he video called me, and he had to cut off the conversation like really quickly because his like parents came home, and after that he just completely like cut me off. Like he never responded to me again, and he never answered my calls or anything. And then after that point I was just like, I was really shocked because he was a really close friend of mine, and I didn't expect that to happen. And that, that kind of thing happening with like a close friend, that really hit me. And it was kind of like it wasn't, I don't know how to explain it properly, but it was just a really big shock. And being like, especially with someone that I was so close with, and then suddenly like someone that I was talking to like quite often, and someone who like we could just meet up like randomly, be like, oh, what are you doing tonight, let's meet up or something. And then suddenly that being gone, I realized like without that person, like how like what my reality here is really like. And I feel like I was kind of distracted from that when I had him and like other people around. And yeah, so I've been starting to like realize what my reality is like. And it's also been really hard to it's been hard to really make like close friends like that as well. So a lot of people in Korea, like Korean people are just really busy people. So they're always working and always studying, so it's not easy to meet them. And usually weekend is a busy time for people, but for me it's my free time, so it's really unfortunate. Yeah, so I haven't had much opportunity to really get that close with other people. Like I have, like I still have friends, but it's not like I just don't feel like we're kind of like, I don't feel like there's really anyone that I feel like I have like a real like relationship with. Not like friendship is what I mean. Yeah. So all these things kind of like contributed to it, and kind of it really made me feel really negative. But I didn't feel negative about my life in Korea. I felt negative just about like about myself. And I got really like down and a bit depressed for a while, like for months, even until recently. Like even last weekend was pretty hard. But I feel like I've been improving. Yeah, like I've had some really bad moments. Like there were times where I didn't leave my house. Like I'll go out for work and then I'll just come home, and I won't go out anymore. I'll just stay in my house. And I did that for a long time. Like I think like 3 weeks or something, where I just went to work, and then I went to the supermarket after work and went straight home, and I stayed home, and that's all I did. It's not a good way to live. And then there was even a time where I felt like I started getting kind of addicted to games, and I've just been getting into all these different phases, and I've just been bouncing around between different things, and it's just not good. Yeah, like I've dealt with some worse stuff, like when I was like in early university, and when I was like near the end of high school. That was when I went through some really tough like mental issues, and I guess because of that experience, I feel like I can deal with this a lot better than before. So I'm really thankful for that. Yeah, but yeah, really being a foreigner, like no matter like what country you're in or what country you're from, I think this kind of thing is really like normal, and it really depends on how you live your life in the country, and like who you are, like kind of like how, like the kind of relationships you have with other people. Yeah, so like I know like a lot of my foreigner friends, they tend to just like they tend to have like a kind of clique, or like a group of friends, and it's usually like a group of foreigners, and then they do something like every weekend, or they go like to a club or bars or something together, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like one of the reasons why what makes it harder for me is like when I was in high school, I suffered from social anxiety, and I don't really have it now, but I still kind of have like after effects or kind of leftover parts of it. So for me now, like I don't feel very comfortable in groups. Like I can handle it, but it's just not comfortable for me. I'd rather just be like a one-on-one thing, and I also don't drink, so I don't really go to like bars, and there is no way I'm going to a club. Like I cannot handle that kind of place. But anyway, yeah. So I haven't really ever been like a part of one of those kind of groups, and I know a lot of them pretty much are, and I think those kind of people, I don't think they're not really gonna get hit by it as hard as like I am, because I tend to live a pretty solitary life. I think people who like, or foreigners who go to another country and live a solitary life, or they, they keep to themselves, or they don't have too many friends or something like that. Like people who just are most of the time by themselves, they're gonna get hit so hard like this. And I think it's really important to kind of expect that. And also it's better, I think it's good to kind of take preventative measures, really try to, have a good mindset to towards your life here and your relationships, and really try to make those kind of long lasting and deep and really sincere like relationships with other people around you. I think those are really important to make. So I think like if you are going to come to Korea and live here or any country, I think it's really important to really have this mindset to really try to find those kind of people in your life who you feel really comfortable with, and try to really have a good relationship with them. Really try to build like a lot of trust, and really deepen your relationship with those people, because I think especially when you don't have your family around you, like those people are your family, like your family in your foreign country. So you need to treat them like they are your family, I think. Yeah, I think like for me personally, like I did have a little bit of problem with that, but not too much. But most of it was because this whole experience was a big shock to me, and it's just been really tough because I wasn't prepared for it to feel like this. But I think now, like I've been getting over it, and I'm starting to I feel a lot better about it, and it doesn't really affect me like too much at the moment. Like I feel like from now, I feel like with like people around me, and especially those who I talk to often, I feel like I appreciate them a lot more. And I feel like these days I'm trying my best to really show them that I really appreciate them. And like sometimes I'll just like buy them something, or invite them out to places, so I think, yeah, really try to appreciate those around you, and really let them know that you appreciate them, and really show your sincerity to them. So really try to deepen those really close relationships around you, even if you're not a foreigner, even if you're in your home country. Just, it's a nice thing to do. So yeah, thanks for watching, and